Yo, what's good? Welcome to Ivy Talks episode number 9. This is your lovely and beautiful host. Yes, because I am that fly. Drea Ivy. I do need some drops. Good point.
I
don't know if that was a bomb or a motorboat.
And I'm sitting here beside my lovely and amazing fancy co-host. Very fancy. That's the fedora. I like Joe Button.
Old school, new school, need to learn those. That's what, light skin, bearded, fading in the hair. That's what we do.
Nah, you look good though.
It's kind of a little breezy outside this weekend, so I'm just chilling.
All
What's
right.
good, Holla Rock? What up? Lex in the building.
Lex is in the building. What's good? Look, how you doing? Tremendous. Your one-word answers are always so great.
But that's what works, though.
I know. Men are so short with words, huh?
Songs is with words, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey-o.
Mars versus Venus. Are you just trying to get some likes up in here?
Nah, with what? That retrograde
You
stuff?
trying to get your Instagram likes up?
Nah. We don't need no Instagram likes. They
not...
control it anyway.
Oh, that's true.
We just need listeners,
the alleged algorithms. But wait. So before we even get into that, how's everyone doing? Everyone's good.
Yeah.
Everyone's had a good week, good weekend. Anything eventful happen?
And personal life or just like news
whatever you want to share, whatever you would like to share.
Nah.
Maybe good news. Maybe good news.
I don't know. I've been drawing a blank till last minute.
Okay, all right. What about you, Luke?
Got nothing at the moment. Only good news for me.
Yeah, it's just
Productive. That's all.
can't think of anything that stands out. Yeah.
All right. Let's get it started. One of the primary topics for today that I wanted to bring up, since basically the whole world is involved in this, and this magical two-word term is called social media.
Yeah.
And the latest, even though some were privy to this months ago, is that Instagram is now not allowing other people to view your likes. And allegedly, they are claiming that the reason that they're doing this is to minimize the level of, I guess you could say, insecurities, and also to alleviate some form of depression with people comparing themselves constantly to other people who they feel, well, this person is getting this many likes, and I don't have that many likes, and I threw up this picture and no one likes it, and and although
Does she have her clothes on?
Oh my God. Well, come on, you already know that that's gonna get mad likes.
Yeah, of course. It depends who, because some of the people just need to start doing pictures just with plain black lights on, and that's it. Just let us see nothing.
Nah, believe it or not, you'd be surprised.
Yeah.
It's some girls out here putting pictures of their feet and they're getting mad.
I don't know. Everybody got something out there. That's the power of the internet.
That's the fetish thing. Nah, but all right. So they're saying, this is their claim.
Yeah.
And it's amusing to me. It's amusing to me because I never really encountered a major corporation, a billion-dollar corporation at that ever really cared about people's feelings. So I would love to hear your input.
Is that
y'all input on that, because it sounds like bullshit.
Is that like a revamp of like a mission statement kind of shit? Because like a lot of corporations are trying to do that, to act like they're here for the people, the community, or but truthfully it could just be a ploy to take over control. Well, sinister mastermind kind of shit going on with social media.
Could take over control in what way?
Take over control of the platform that they were sort of losing. Like, they built a platform, but a lot of people are benefiting from it, but not solely them. It's different when they're just benefiting through ad revenues, and you can advertise and switch to a business account. But
how would it change how people make money on it, is my question. Because you still have access to your information, which you can easily provide to any potential sponsor.
Yeah, but if they're controlling on the back end, maybe they could follow that and just really shut it down and say it's a personal malfunction or glitch going on, or needs an update, or it could be that kind of bullshit that they say, oh, our server's down right now, so we're doing updates and changing this and changing that. And it's either you can agree with it or you can just take away your account. Or maybe it'll be Facebook where you can't really remove your account. You can deactivate it, but they have your account.
Well, they keep your information.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So like they have your
Always.
shit. So you can go change your profile name or act like you're gonna go take it to another page, but then that's it. Like they still will have all the shit you post and keep.
Of course.
You know.
Because technically it becomes their property.
Yeah, it's sort of like what Uber Eats does too, because they're getting called out for that shit. Like if you have a restaurant, they go make a whole bunch of other similar sites with your restaurant's name, and then when they put your business up on the page, they built the page and the phone number is through them, so they can monitor the calls and the traffic that goes to your business for the orders.
Okay.
So in case you try to do some sneak shit around or eventually branch off, it's hard for you to really pull your name and identity and your web presence, because now
Okay.
they have a control over that.
My thing is to answer what you were saying, Luke, is even though you can still access your own analytics, if say for instance, be it maybe an investor or another business that may want to collaborate with you, they don't have access to that. Maybe they won't want to ask you for your analytics. Maybe they just want to look at your page and see, okay, well this person has this many followers, or maybe this person only gets this many likes or this many views. Next person.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I guess that would especially tie in with smaller businesses, not necessarily, let's say, like, I guess the celebrity market or I guess companies that are already.
But they even do that
So
on a
much
small scale, like you
established.
said. Like for instance, club promoters, they're based off of followings and presence. So
Right.
like, all right, what makes you think that you really have a following? Let me see. That's the first thing clubs does. Let me see your social media.
That's the first thing.
Anything you deal with marketing or this and that, or you rap or you do music, let me see your social media.
Absolutely.
Let me see where your followers are. Let me see the what's the shit called, man? The interaction, I guess, that you have.
Engagement.
The engagement.
The
There you go.
engagement, yes.
Look for the save.
No, but I think what you're saying makes sense. My thought is just how specifically would that intervene or interfere with certain business ethics when it's still a even playing field? Like everybody still has the same circumstances when it comes to visibility, and everybody still has the same access to their statistics. My only question is, how do you validate your engagement statistics when you're showing them to these potential sponsors? Because I mean, anybody can fake a screenshot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Anybody can.
So I think that's a more pertinent question. But I think as far as Instagram is concerned, the real thing is the PR version is we're doing this for people's anxiety and insecurity, etc. I'm sure there's a much more beneficial behind the scenes reasons for them. that
Of course.
They're not going to pretend is the reason, but
But it's
whether or not
definitely a
it's
good one,
detrimental,
though.
I don't know.
It's definitely a good one to touch on, like, you know, like
Because people are.
on mental issues and depression
But they
and
knew they
self-awareness
could
and shit
sell it
like that.
because of that.
Of
Yeah,
course.
but that's fucking awesome. Like,
It's
genius.
genius. It's genius.
My
Boom.
thing is, what are they doing?
Clap, clap, clap,
potentially-
Instagram, let's go.
What are they potentially doing behind the scenes that could be detrimental as pertains to this? Because as far as I'm aware and concerned, it's totally fine. Like I see no issue with it.
I think they should personally put a dislike button on Instagram.
Uh,
Like, straight up, like YouTube, motherfucker. Like, let's put the thumbs down on there. I'm serious. Like, if you have a heart, then let's put the heart broken. Let's put a little fucking real shit to even the
Yo.
playing field.
Yo.
Because it puts you in the thing where, like, it's either you can not comment, or you only can comment with the positivity or an endearing emotion with a teardrop or a sad face.
You can comment.
No, you can always comment, you know what I mean? But sometimes you just
Well,
want
maybe
the
that's-
fucking emoji on the platform when you're looking at the stories, like, you know, with the middle finger or the thumbs down or the, you know, the womp womp, you know, something like just, like.
we need some sound drops on Instagram too. We need some drops.
Motherfuckers will be deleting friends left and right. You're going to start really seeing who's really following you. Like, ah, shit. The hate comes alive, you know what I mean? But you need a little bit of that sometimes.
Fam,
You
that's.
need to have some tougher skin. Like, you
Yeah.
know, like, our days, there was none of that shit going on.
I agree.
For what they're trying to talk now, like,
I agree.
motherfucker, you have to go home and deal with it.
I agree.
And it's fucked up. Like, I'm glad they have programs and they're really, like, they're putting it out there now for kids. It's fucked up. Like, you see little kids hanging themselves and suicide and shit. That's bananas.
Mm.
But number one, the motherfuckers shouldn't be on social media. Like, we shouldn't have fucking 7-year-olds, 10-year-olds, 12-year-olds on social media.
What are they doing on social media?
Exactly, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Put your face in the
What
book
do
and
you
go
gotta show?
outside and play basketball.
What are you
we're
showing?
talking about a perfect world. Like,
Yeah, but I'm just, you know
That's
what I
just
mean?
not
Like,
gonna happen.
yeah, I get it, you know?
not to
And
mention,
it's fucked up, though, because
when
the
we're
corporate...
moving into a technological era where it's almost a detriment to not let these kids learn some computer skills at a relatively early age. There's always that.
Nah, they're
Question
geniuses,
of
bro.
where's the
Like,
balance
they can
between
touch that
teaching.
shit out the box, never seen it, and figure that shit out. And I saw that shit, like, 10 years ago with my kid, bro. Like
Right.
when he was a baby, he's just fucking grabbing shit and putting shit and do. I'm like, damn, but like it wasn't like that for us. Like in the Nintendo era for me,
Yeah, of
the
course.
Sega era, like that was just that, like all fascinating. But these niggas can grab computers and take them apart, put them back, grab phones and do this. No, an app before the app
100%.
even comes
My
out.
friend
Like
Michael has a 3-year-old who can operate 3 iPads simultaneously.
That's nuts.
That's crazy.
I mean, I get it because of the times.
Yeah.
But my thing is that these same grown people who are complaining about, I guess complaining or getting depressed about life and this and that, a lot of them did grow up in our area.
Yeah.
You know, so it kind
You
of
think though, still, you think like grown folks is still like just being all depressed and sad about some
yeah.
social media shit?
You don't see people doing to try to get. All
I
right,
see people doing
you
the
touched
most to
on
try to
women.
get nah, niggas be doing the most too. Niggas be extra.
I mean,
At least women now, like, my bad, but like I see women doing the most, but they making the most out of it and it's becoming a monetary thing.
not
Like,
for
you
all
know,
of them.
they
If it becomes monetary, then I get it.
yeah, like they running that whole Snapchat premium, that
Yeah.
OnlyFans, they doing these little sponsors and
Mhm.
Bang Energies and, you know, doing all this bullshit weight loss shit when they even in the gym, they just see the mean surgeon, but like I get it.
They took a trip
I'm
to DR.
trying to see the dudes really finesse the bag out of the social media things except for the workout dudes. That's the only guys I really seen making that little, you know, social media impression is the workout guys. I ain't seen the average Joe just finding a way to finesse it like my nigga, like I do simple shit. Like send me some money on my simple shit, you know?
I
That doesn't
mean,
mean they're not out there though.
Yeah, that's
unless they have some kind of business, and I think that's what I'm saying. Like, I think a lot of people are concerned about this because they have small businesses, or say, like you said, the guys who are working out.
yeah.
You know, they may have, you know, they may want to gain new clients. Maybe they're trainers.
Yeah.
And if they don't have, you know, likes or if they don't, if people can't see what I guess their stats are, maybe somebody might be like, maybe he's not the best. Or, you know, like I could see how it could hurt people in that situation. But I'm just really wondering what the real agenda is. That's where I'm at. I'm wondering what the real agenda is because I don't buy the PR cover up. I don't buy the, you know, like what is it? What's up?
No. Listen.
No, I'm just saying I just don't buy it. Like I'm just
You can only
wondering.
speculate at this point though, because unless you are a high-ranking executive at Instagram, you pretty much don't know the real motivation.
Yeah, maybe next year we'll know. Maybe in a
And
little.
if we never know, maybe it was harmless anyways, and they just did a real good PR move on another really intelligent strategic move.
Yeah.
Or could it be that Instagram could die? Do you guys ever see?
Nah, I don't believe in
Instagram
that.
died?
No.
They absolutely could be phased out.
You
Tik-
think?
TikTok
That's
or
what
is it
people are
There's no
TikTok?
debate
but
about
nah.
that. Time has shown time and time again that it really comes down to
What the people want.
operations versus the people. Like, there's a reason that TikTok is coming up
Yeah.
insane.
That's why I was
Yeah,
saying
but
TikTok.
There's
also-
a reason that Snapchat was able to compete massively for a long time with Instagram. It just depends on whether, and you got to remember, as these executives age into their situation, they only get more greedy about their circumstances, and that ends up taking the lifeblood out of their operation in the long run.
But,
That's how a new person always comes up. That's what happened to MySpace. That's what happens. to
Yeah.
everybody.
but I feel that it's more like a demographic thing. It's more of the younger people. Like TikTok was the
It's
young
aging
people.
up. So was Facebook. Facebook started as a college.
Yeah.
It was a college
Yeah,
only
but
thing.
then look what Snapchat is. It was the kids. TikTok is the kids. And it's putting it out there. And then it's
Snapchat
also
aged up too.
it's also where you put it at. Like,
TikTok
TikTok
is
started
aging up
off
like
in
crazy
Asia.
right now.
Right.
So
Right
you
now.
gotta look at how many fucking people
Yeah.
out there and into all that shit and the karaoke shit and the sing along stuff. That's their
That's-
that's
Oh,
their
Asian.
culture.
Oh yeah, the Asian
I'm
So-
telling you,
culture.
that's the same thing people said about Snapchat before it aged up to 35.
Yeah. Motherfuckers still use Snapchat? Like,
Yeah.
do we?
Absolutely, but the
I
market
don't,
kind
Yeah,
of
but-
yeah,
carved
you know,
itself
like
out.
I think we just keep it in there
I-
just to
The premium
your
things,
Snapchat friends.
the premium thing carved its own lane out,
Yeah.
and Instagram made impressive moves to eliminate a lot of the competition within them.
Yeah,
But that doesn't mean that TikTok isn't in a position to do the same thing, because the way the smaller entity is always going to have the advantage strategically, just not resourcefully.
gotcha. That makes plenty of sense. Because that's what I want to say with the whole Instagram thing. Like, granted, you may not have the followers and the likes, and the people won't be able to see the likes going through your page or scrolling. But what people can do that they can't determine with likes is gauge the content to understand that is a good product, or that is a good visual, or that is a good
That's
video,
true.
or that's a good photograph, or this shit looks popping and hot. You don't need to see likes to see a good fucking thing
Right.
on Instagram.
Right.
Like, if it's hot, it's hot.
Right.
If it's funny, it's funny. If it's, if it's stylish, it's stylish. I'm not gonna determine like, oh well, that shit's like dumb hot and fresh. But that shit only got fucking 103 likes.
Yeah.
Only got 2,000 likes. Nah, nigga, if you want it, you want it. Like,
Right.
if it's dope, it's dope.
So, do you guys think that there'll be a decline in Instagram usage as a result of this?
Well,
Maybe not as a direct result, but over time, I still think it's possible.
What is the total users of Instagram? Because I know like Facebook had it and this shit kept dropping and dropping with all the little, data breach and shit like that.
The data breach.
Yeah,
Breach.
100 million active.
Yeah.
Yeah, 111 million between the two.
And Facebook has what,
Projected to
billions?
surpass that.
Wow.
Facebook's in the billions already with the users.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Ah.
I would really like to see what active users
Yeah, it's very
in
true.
their definition.
Yeah,
of.
especially that could just be a whole bunch of dead accounts.
That could literally be like active within the past 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to mention a lot of
Exception.
people have many different
Nah, dude,
accounts.
because you're almost saying that's a fucking third of the world, man. Like, fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Don't kill me, Mark Zuckerberg. You gotta do that Kanye.
No, but you're definitely right about
Don't
that.
throw no haters at my head, yo.
But at the same time, it has expanded globally, and there is, India and China. Well, I guess China doesn't have Facebook; they have Weibo and shit, right?
Yeah,
China's way more,
Yeah, but I think,
specific about what they let happen.
yeah, they're a little bit more strict. I think
I
about
like it, but I
everything.
don't like it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
No, they're mad strict
China
about-
motherfucker, they
They
follow
only
you
have
walk.
the fucking government. That's it.
You can't jaywalk across that bitch without fucking being exiled.
Yo, y'all are nuts.
Yeah, right. Shit, dude.
Nah, y'all are nuts. So that's that. So now, nobody can keep stunting on their likes, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Yeah, they did that. Remember that one time they did the sweep too? I know we gotta keep it moving, but remember when they did the sweep and they
What
got rid
sweep?
of all the fake accounts and all the fake likes,
Yeah.
and then like all your rappers and all that shit just started falling off. Like, ooh,
Right. That was another thing that I
that was
wanted
like
to
what,
touch
15,
on.
15, 16 maybe.
Like 16.
They
yeah.
did a couple of small phases.
Yeah, they was like, whoof, whoof, whoof.
Yeah.
Just eliminating bots.
Now, one last point on that. Do you guys believe that this has anything to do with how many people use outside, especially international companies to help boost their likes and boost their views, and the fact that these Instagram users are paying these outsourced companies and not Instagram directly? Could this be playing a part? Because
Maybe a smaller part, but it's really, at the end of the day, just another variable within that issue.
okay.
Like, some people have more likes. Some people are smart enough to look at their engagement and go, oh yeah, it's totally fake. There's no way you have 3 million followers and 40 likes on that last post.
Exactly. Yeah,
Exactly.
that's a lot of shit I look at too is the ratio. Now, I
Right.
treat it more or less like for whatever you have, you should have like a 10% response at the minimum.
I agree.
At the minimum. So when I see motherfuckers, you got 100,000 likes, B, but you fucking hitting a percent of it, 2-3%.
Some of them are less
like,
obvious,
that shit
but a lot of
doesn't.
them are
That shit
really
doesn't
Some,
make
a
sense.
lot of them are very obvious. So, moving along, into this business current event, streaming. Well, this is different because this is streaming. So,
Streaming.
streaming. Since we're gonna get into music in a bit, Disney Plus. What have we heard about Disney Plus? What do we know about Disney Plus?
They're conglomerates, so like they're taking over everything.
Disney.
The Marvel, the Hulu, the ESPN, the Fox.
The FX.
Yeah, FX. Yeah, that's part of it. Yeah, so
Marvel.
yeah, they have a news with them too, or no?
They bought
Well, they bought Fox.
the
Oh,
entirety
yeah,
of
yeah.
20th Century Fox.
Yeah, okay.
We're talking a $80 million deal.
Yeah.
But that happened like last year, and it finally got finalized. It was a
Mhm.
go,
Yeah, that
right?
kind of deal takes a
Yeah,
long time.
because they're competing against what, Warner Brothers, or like who was the other, Comcast? Who was like trying to
Compete with who?
now
I
before
forget
Disney,
the parent
like
company. It's Viacom?
Viacom?
I think so. I
Okay.
think that's the parent company that is the major competition. But
Yeah.
no one's going to beat Disney at this point.
So
Disney.
what's gonna happen with Netflix and chill, man?
It's going to get bought by Disney.
Oh,
It's going to be Disney chill.
shit.
Disney and chill. And apparently Hulu is gonna be where they're gonna have their
They already
Can
own
you re-
adult,
a
the
lot.
adult
40%
entertainment.
of Hulu.
Can you really splack to Disney though?
What do you mean?
Like Disney content, like is that really the move to like, yo baby, let's
Well,
let's
that's
watch
why
the
they bought
Disney
Hulu.
Plus.
That's why they got Hulu, so they can
Yeah.
create original adult
They're not
content.
looking to only be family friendly. They're just looking to hide the other parts.
No, but Disney always did
They
that
wanna
though.
make money
Like
off
when
it.
Disney went to do the family shit, it's Disney. When they do the adult shit, it's Touchstone's Pictures back in the day. You know what I mean? Like it's just
Exactly.
they,
But
they
it's
always
still
got
their
the other
money coming
shit.
in.
They
That's
got
like
the money coming
they
in.
wanted a rated R movie, motherfucker, be giving you this label. We want to do rated GPG, Disney.
So, do you guys foresee
I heard they
anything?
gonna buy Pornhub.
Come,
Alright.
for real?
I wouldn't be surprised if they
God.
secretly already own that entire industry.
You didn't hear about
Wow.
that? You heard
No,
about
I
that?
don't doubt it. Nah, you're right.
Was
No,
it
I'm
the
being
Pornhub shit
naive.
that offered T.I.'s daughter? You heard about that shit?
Pornhub? Nah.
I heard that was
T.I.'s
They
daughter.
literally, the Pornhub, I think, president came out saying that was absolute lie.
Oh, it's bullshit.
Oh, y'all gotta be privy to that. What was
Nah, they
that?
was just trying to give her $1 million for the virginity shit to lose it, supposedly.
Oh my
Yeah,
God, how
but I guess-
disrespectful.
Allegedly false rumor.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope
I
so.
can believe that though, that's false.
Well,
'Cause, I mean, they're pretty good with PR. To be
I could
frank.
believe that with Bang Brothers or
They're not
Reality
stupid enough
Kings
to
or
do
something.
Well,
like
Yeah,
that.
it would be someone smaller like that.
well,
The
to,
major ones are really good at that.
well, to the listeners who may not be aware of the whole T.I. Virginity Hyman thing. T.I., what was it, about 2 weeks ago?
It's about his daughter, y'all. I'm not
This
saying
is
T.I.
about
was
his
a
daughter. He basically came out saying, I don't know, Luke, if you can remember what outlet it was. I don't know if it was through his exact
Nah,
podcast.
it's his podcast thing.
It was on his podcast.
Yeah.
Not his podcast. It was on someone else's, an all-female podcast.
Ah, even more interesting.
Okay.
All right. So where he basically said that he goes to go get takes his daughter to the gynecologist and she's 18, and so there was this huge outrage, X, Y, and Z, and there was mixed reviews and.
But I don't get it though. He's the father of the daughter, like, you know what I mean? Like,
What's your opinion?
I don't have a daughter, but I completely believe like every father should be involved with the children's, healthcare and checkup and shit. I don't know to what extent,
Mm-hmm.
but like I can't say that. You're a female, you're someone's daughter. I think you could probably touch on that.
I
That's
have
more
a
of a
daughter.
subject.
Right.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know what she's a grown woman or what. She's still
She's
She's
18.
18. She's 18.
She could go herself, ain't it?
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, she would if he wasn't forcibly taking her.
Is he in the waiting room or
Well,
like he's
I
up
think-
in there with the
No,
like
no.
she's
All
on
right, so
stir-
here's what it is. He was on the Ladies Like Us podcast, which is hosted by Nazanin Mandi.
Oh, Miguel's wife.
But,
Nazazine.
Got you.
Yeah.
So he was saying, literally, he takes her every single year himself,
Yeah.
forces her to sign the legal documents,
Oh, so
allowing
he
the
can-
doctor
yeah,
to tell him,
yeah.
which I think is what everybody's skipping over. He's breaking the
HIPAA,
she can
right?
sue the shit out of him.
Yeah, that's
what's
HIPAA law,
happening.
yeah.
He's literally coercing her into signing documents,
Right.
allowing the doctor to give
Because
him
she's
information.
18 though at this point, but all the other times
It is
like,
against
nah.
HIPAA law, but if she
I
All
decides
the
think
to.
other
past
times,
16
all the
was
other
the
times
case.
though, he was the parent, like he's the parent, so he is the guardian.
Yeah,
So until that visit, then yeah, maybe, and
but if she gives him
Well,
permission.
either way, that visit happens, so what's the real argument?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love to hear your argument against it, because I don't have any...
I wouldn't know about that part of it, like like for going and get your shit.
Oh, okay. Well,
Stirrups
let me
and-
give
there's
my
also
female
various
opinion.
variables like sex can be totally unrelated as to breaking your hymen.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
sometimes
other
you,
ways to have sex.
Yeah,
Like,
sometimes
it's
you can have
stupid.
sex and it doesn't
it's
break.
very insecurity, and no one's having the empathy for him just being a dumb dad. Everyone's either shitting on him or supporting him like an idiot. That's how I see it.
Here's my thing. As a daughter, And obviously, in my teenage years, I went through my series of issues with my mother, which I won't get too into. But next episode. Nah, but you know, my own mother never, and my mother was very strict. My mother never even imposed that on me. Like, my mother never did anything like that.
So like to know the information, or like
she would inquire,
like,
she would ask me, you know, and she could speculate and she could have thought whatever she thought. Yes, of course, obviously as a teenager I wasn't always honest.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, to impose that, especially at the age of 18, I believe is a little intrusive. It is against the law to a certain degree, because if she signs over the HIPAA papers and gives it over to him, then it's perfectly legal.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. This is where I'm like, come on, fam. You're T.I.'s daughter.
Yeah.
Your father has been a multi-platinum, one of the biggest rappers in Atlanta your entire life.
Yeah.
Right? So that means that you've been around producers, you've been around studios, you've been around this, you've been at parties, you know all these men in the industry. You gonna tell me this girl? Potentially. All right, allegedly, because this girl never lived a regular life. So, a regular, like, you know, going to school girl, kind of like innocent, you're buckled down at the house kind of life.
No.
Under my, like, what I would assume, because you don't live a regular life when you live with both of your parents being celebrities.
Big time.
Both of your parents are celebrities. So, you mean to tell me that you're that naive, I'm speaking as a parent, you're that naive as to think that my daughter's not doing anything? Like, I don't know. Like, I just think it's ridiculous.
I think
I'm not
maybe
telling
that's
nobody how to
more
parent.
of the reason, though, because they're actually, like, very, very involved with their children. And so that's even more of a reason. Like, look, like, we come from something, so you got to also look out for the namesake, your rep, your parents' rep, your family. You got to be a role model in a certain way to your younger siblings.
Right.
And your daddy's already letting you know what kind of fucking dudes is out there, like, you know what I mean? Like, so I think
viable through communication.
Yeah, but
not
that
forcible procedures that literally don't even.
I will believe she a virgin, G.
What he
I don't believe it either.
exactly. They don't even prove. They just gave her the guidelines to trick her dad. It's like, oh, this is what I gotta maintain to make him think everything is what he wants.
She's got money, man. Come on. Like, and at the end of the day,
let's talk
ultimately,
about how he socially ruined her life for the next 5 years. She
Yeah.
shut down all her accounts. She's like distraught. She's openly, publicly distraught by this. It's not right.
Yeah. Come on, you're putting your business out there.
An 18-year-old girl, her virginity is spread to the world.
That's
and that becomes
embarrassing.
the biggest topic of conversation on every podcast.
Yeah.
Her virginity. is what
Well,
was-
obviously she gotta be a virgin though, cause then some nigga would have came out there trying to brag and boast or do some fuck shit
Really,
like
with
that.
T.I. as a daddy?
Well, I mean,
They-
realistically, that could be happening,
some-
but not going viral.
Some fool would have tried to shoot a shot for his claim of fame. This nigga, you see what motherfuckers do out there. Motherfuckers will
You can't prove it. It's hearsay.
go
a
out
lot of
there
people
with a brick on the
Yeah.
table, their guns, on papers, on violation house arrest, and be out in the street and filming and posting and world star that shit, dog, just to get jammed up. Niggas is stupid.
Right.
You feel me?
But ultimately,
We live in that age where you care more about this.
But that doesn't
And-
change that
then-
how he's
then-
maneuvering isn't necessarily what he should be doing.
Yeah.
This should be a communication-based thing with his daughter.
If anything, I think it should be the mother.
What did I was gonna say, what did the mama say about this?
This is how I. If
Well, you
anything,
wouldn't allow that.
Is that
number
Tiny's
one.
daughter or what?
it should be the
No,
mom.
it's not
if
Tiny's
anything.
daughter.
Okay.
That's another factor.
Oh,
But on top
okay,
of
that
that,
changes then.
There's also
So
him
stop,
openly and
Mom.
publicly in similar podcasts proudly discussing his 15-year-old son having sex all the time. So he's just really dating the whole
all of a sudden, like,
dating
I'm
a PR
T.I.'s
hole.
my dad, bitch.
PR
Like,
hole. Why? Because of this podcast?
well, he going on the Red Talk, like,
Oh, with
talk
Jada?
about
He's trying to
it,
clear it up on the Red Sox. He's open Jada.
Jada and Will can save the day.
Yeah, I gotta bring out the dictionary when we watch this one. Shit.
Biology book.
T.I. No, wait. What are you talking about?
T.I.
His
gonna go in the
vocabulary.
words, yeah, boy.
I mean, he's got a vocabulary, but it's not that. It's not that wild. It's not. He's.
That's the way he speaks, man. He puts a little, you know, a little flavor and flair to that, man.
I mean, yeah, because, you know, but then again, so do I. You know what I'm saying? But people like,
I'm not
don't.
gonna, it's you, T.I. and Joe Buttons, boy. You motherfuckers just coming out with words like, alright.
It's just, I think that comes with being a writer. I think that's just like, you know, like when you're a writer, it just comes naturally. But I mean, hey, you know what? All right, I don't know. I don't like telling people how to parent. you know, whatever it is, it is. If that rumor is true, that's wild, because she's already a
Which rumor?
millionaire. The about them, like, I guess what you guys said in the beginning, where they wanted to pay or.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, they already came out with
Oh, okay, that's horrible. if
But
it
that
was
probably
true.
helped them out too.
What?
Like I'm saying, like just they got the attention as the porn company. Like oh shit, and people would believe that.
Ah, okay.
And they just
Yeah,
got
man.
shit.
rumor. That's true.
Everybody with
Yeah.
their business moves, man. Everybody with their business sneaky
Controversy
tactics.
sells.
But as you're halfway through this, I don't want to keep you on that topic.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on to music. So on the music, the most interesting topic, right?
Yeah, for me.
One of them, yeah, for me.
I live for it.
All right, so do I. Music. So on my Instagram, on the Ivy Talks podcast Instagram, I had posted for a couple people to list. I asked a couple questions. One of them was, and of course, I want y'all feedback on top 5 albums of 2019 hip hop and R&B thus far. I know that we still have like a month out, but you know,
Which, to be
rapping.
fair, is always confusing because when someone drops in November or even early December, you don't have enough time to digest that album, so you
Right.
don't put it in contention.
But that's the fourth quarter kill. You know what I
That's
mean?
true.
Yeah,
If
that's
you
the
can
fourth
do it
quarter
that hard,
kill.
you just
I'm waiting
really
for that.
come with it.
I'm waiting
I'm
for
waiting
that
for the Jim
read.
Jones.
I'm waiting for
I'm
Reed.
gonna see what Jim Jones following up. He's trying to come in the fourth.
I
With
mean,
what
you
he
might.
already did with that
But if you're coming in the fourth, you
with
gotta
Chapo.
hit.
You gotta
It
hit.
can't be like, ooh, maybe I gotta sit on this for a little bit. It's gotta be
But who's coming in the fourth?
undeniable. I don't
See, it's
know
hard, man.
specifically.
Like
I know Denzel's about to drop Speedboat. That's all
Yeah.
I can remember.
So, anyways, I
Let me
wanted
see.
to read off some of the responses that I got.
Did y'all see the new Jesus is King 2 tweet?
oh, with Dre?
Yeah.
Is that really true? Or is that some
There's a
bullshit?
picture with them together.
Yeah, I
Dr.
know, but is that
Dr.
some motherfucker photoshopping shit and just putting it
No,
out
no.
there?
He was just with
He
Joel
posted
Osteen. Jesus.
Oh, okay.
So
Kanye's
he
rollout.
photoshopped it, which is really
Yeah.
bizarre. It's still interesting if that happened then, because that's
Yeah, what
another
the fuck
story.
would Dre do? But I like to see Dre get back, man, because the last shit he did was that shit straight out of Compton shit. And
Which
that
is
was
fine.
like what, like fucking
The
like
thing that
5
kills me
years
is
ago?
like Kanye can already make a great production album.
Yeah.
I needed someone that was gonna fix the lyrics.
Yeah. That.
Sorry, go on. What you were saying.
So, I wanted to list off. I mean, and I definitely want to get some feedback from you guys. But some of the albums that I got. One of the one of the responses I got for top 5 albums of 2019 thus far, which we're coming to a close anyway. Post Malone, Hollywood is Bleeding,
Rose was dope.
and that was on my list as well. I agree. Wale, wow, that's crazy.
You know, I see what he did though. He was at the Soul Train shit, so you know, shout out to Wale.
I'm not gonna front.
It was Wale and Jeremiah. They did a little performance and
Yeah.
shit. Shout out to that.
I mean, I rock with the Wale album. I'm not sure if I put that in my list, but
MMG.
all right.
Shout out to Rose.
All right. Yes. I mean,
Huh?
it might be like it might be in there. It might squeeze in there. I got Young Thug, So Much Fun.
Yeah, Thugger's always a shit.
FKA Twigs, Magdalene. Has anyone heard about that?
Nah.
I never even heard of
That's a
that.
Mary reference? I never heard that.
I never.
Well,
We
that's
gotta
the
do our
Magdalene,
research.
I know.
Well, we gotta do some research on that. And yes, Tyler the Creator, Igor. All right. So
I'm a fan of that dude.
now.
I give him his props for what he did and how he set it off and how he made his lane, and he still does that. But
Right.
he's just not my flavor, man.
Cool.
It's kind of,
I respect that.
you know, like I respect it a lot because he's
Who
had
you
a
talking
run. Tyler the Creator and the
Oh
whole
yeah,
crew.
yeah. The
I
Hard
just respect
Future.
people who disagree with me.
Nah, like my cousin be pushing him and jumping on him when he came out, but it's just not my thing. And
I
then
also
don't-
grew up on him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't.
yeah, yeah.
You know, it's like a little bizarre for me, man. It's
I
too-
rock with him. He says a lot of questionable things in some of his
Yeah, like
lyrics
that's
I'm
not
like,
for me. Even that
I'm like,
freestyle
what'd
he did
you
on
say?
Flex.
What?
Like,
Yeah,
nah,
yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that's
Did you see
specifically that kind of stuff. I feel like people who see those things,
Shock Value?
he's doing shock value freestyling
Yeah.
on Flex. But I feel like people misinterpret that as what his content is within the newer albums. And really, the newer album, I mean, if you go back to like Wolf and things, he does say a lot of things.
I feel
like
he's
that.
pompous too, though. I don't
But
like
he's
his
definitely
personality.
the
Like,
pompous,
it's like
but
that's
most
like
good
a motherfucker,
artists are.
probably
Like you like
smacking the
T.I.
room.
He's not more pompous than T.I., period. So
Nah, but T.I. backs it up with grit and he's a linguist in a way. Like he he
Well,
backs
then
it up.
you-
He makes
you're not
hard
appreciating what
songs.
Tyler's really
He
bringing
makes
to the table
street
then.
shit like T.I. is T.I., man. Like he
He can't
speaks
even
for.
do what Tyler does though. Like the production on Cherry Bomb, like what Tyler
But is
brings
it about
together.
production or is it about rap? So
It's about the combination. It's about the
'Cause
entire record and his
Tyler,
ability.
Tyler doesn't. My bad. Go ahead,
No, you
Luke.
go, no.
Tyler don't spit like T.I., man. T.I. got a catalog for a motherfucker.
No,
if you
no,
like
in
that
term-
certain kind of content.
In terms of lyricism, we're not talking lyricism.
That's what I'm saying. Like I
And
can't
bars,
take
no.
a rapper
He doesn't
and
compare
then
to T.I.
I look at the rapper for the rap. Because if I have to go off of production
Okay.
value, then there's plenty of
Well, you
rappers who
just
got
also said
bomb
you're a
ass
Thugger
beats.
fan, so there's a lot of debate within
But
that.
Thugger spits though.
I mean, then you've never
He's
heard
very
some of
charismatic
Tyler
and
actually
jump.
spitting, I guess.
Yeah,
No,
he has bars
he
too,
can
though.
spit, but I just don't. I just probably don't like him, bro.
Yeah, it's
like
just not
that's
your
what it
flavor.
is.
It's
It's
what I
just,
want you to say.
I seen the
If you try to find
videos and the
something
weird
specific, I
shit.
can argue
It's
it.
just,
But if it's just not your flavor, I can't.
yeah, it's just like
Because
dude, like,
because I asked you about Frank Ocean even
it's
earlier.
definitely not,
Because
man.
I
Like,
literally feel the same about T.I. right now. I can't listen to him even though I grew up like Ellie changed me as a rapper. I was in high school rapping and I had to rethink everything because Ellie blew my mind to
yeah,
the stratosphere. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't doing certain types of things at that point. I was really into Wayne and a lot of just general Southern rap at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And he did his own Southern rap that was just more intelligent in a way that gave me permission to be more intelligent as well.
what do you think about Big Crit?
Love him.
To me, but it's street and it's intelligence and it's
Yeah, but it's way
potent.
less pompous.
Nah, of course, but that's food for the mind, man. To me, Crit speaks like
Yeah, no, and I love that, but
T.I. dropped some knowledge too, though.
yeah, but it's intertwined with so much ego that I don't feel like deciphering what's what.
Gotcha.
All right, so
Words from Luke.
words from
Yeah,
Luke.
let's stop taking over the island.
No, I enjoy listening to this. Some of my answers. Okay, no, I want to read off some answers from one of my UK followers because obviously they have a little bit, they're artists over there. I'm not saying anything negative about them, but they have obviously a different following. We have here "Moment Spent Loving You" by Xavier Omar and Sango. I know Sango has a pretty decent following even here.
Oh yeah, that's a big name.
Yeah, he's a big name. We got "Chasing Summer" by Sir. That was also on my list. These Feelings Again by Snow Allegra. And if you guys don't know about Snow
Why
Allegra,
does that name sound familiar?
she's a beast. Definitely, yeah, y'all got to study up on her. And she put the Lost Boy YBN Corday, and he was
He
definitely
dope though.
Yo, he's mad dope.
He
He was
dope.
like he was on my list as well. And in terms of my list, I put Chasing Summer Sir as well. Post Malone, Hollywood is Bleeding. Chris Brown, Indigo. YBN, The Lost Boy, and Summer Walker, Over It. Which I'm gonna touch on Summer Walker.
Yeah, she
in a
dope too
bit.
though. She getting like everybody going crazy for her.
She's amazing.
Like
She's
bitches be
a
fucking
dope
with her
artist.
heavy.
I got a little thing to say about her before a little segment to introduce about females in the industry before we end this podcast. And one of the other questions that I had asked, well, I mean, do you have any albums? Do you guys have any albums that you would want to add, even if you don't have like a set 5?
It's hard, man. My genre of hip hop that I'm into is
It doesn't
different.
matter.
It's a different cut. So I definitely haven't been following the R&B scene for a minute. It's
Okay.
just not my thing.
Okay.
It's cool for the ladies.
Okay.
That's
You
it.
like ladies, right?
Who doesn't?
All right.
Well,
So-
that's a different question to ask in these days. Shit.
All right.
I'm like a last of a dying breed out here, but
Oh, jeez.
hey.
Ah.
Oh, all right.
What?
I'm taking that as a ludicrous reference.
Yeah, my PD says that. All right.
Shut up. That's your damn baby.
Shit.
All right. So like whatever. Just who are you feeling in 2019? Mixtape, album. Even if you just throw out 2 names out there, like we could be schooling listeners to.
I can tell you who I'm
somebody
not
else.
feeling. I'm disappointed in that Dave East mixtape.
I was disappointed
I'm
too.
disappointed in
man.
I
that.
actually did check out the first couple and
Yeah,
lot of
the
hype.
intro
B.
really blew me
Yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah.
Lot
I
of
was
hype.
kind of like, what?
Ugh.
Like as I was like the production, like
Yeah, B. Like I
The
see
way
where
he
you're
was
trying to go,
spitting,
but
like-
fam, like there's just no.
Like, did he get there?
Yeah, no.
yeah, it didn't
No.
really. I'm glad that all 3 of us.
I'm glad he doing that. Like, I'm glad he got the Wu-Tang gig. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
just.
All right. What about you, Luke? Any
I was
albums that's
expecting more though. Let me just put it that way. Like I was expecting something
a lot more?
different and harder and more from him than what I got.
Yeah. I mean, we understand who he
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
or what he's capable
exactly.
of. That's
Big time, man.
He's
He,
fantastic.
he's like, you know, he connected, man, but he's that B-list dude, like, who can easily make it to the A squad, I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, from when I seen him and putting out the stuff, but again, when he came out the first time, I felt he didn't have enough material.
Yeah.
He didn't have enough viral
Well, he's
material, enough
on the
video
come up.
material. But, you know, he's working, he's steady, he's connected, so hopefully, you know, better material will come.
But maybe
more songs, more commercial appeal, more songs for the street or songs for the radio.
But maybe he's not as interested in commercial appeal. Because, I mean, to be fair, if you could be that successful in hip hop and still doing what you specifically want to do,
Yeah.
I can't call that anything but commendable. I mean, maybe it wasn't the most successful release, but the one thing I did appreciate about it is that he's not over here pandering to people. He's trying to find what he wants to do at least. Or at least
It's
that's
definitely
what it
his
seems
own
like.
thing. So that you saying he's doing like the whole go left and it becomes
Like,
right that
maybe
J. Cole Nas route. Like
Maybe he just needs a
I'm
couple
doing me.
projects to develop that style or something. I don't know, but I'll still check him out. You know what I mean? Like one bad release doesn't put me off.
No,
You gotta have
of
an album.
course. So, all right. What about one of the other questions that I posted was best feature verse of 2019, and I'll give my answer first. My answer was 21 Savage and J. Cole on a lot.
A lot.
I'm
Yeah.
not.
J. Cole spat. I
J-
can't say that's the best verse for 2019.
Best feature verse.
Nah,
feature.
yeah, feature verse definitely.
I mean, that was my opinion. I think in terms of his cadence, what he was saying, his bars, just hands down. I personally haven't heard a feature like, and J. Cole on his features lately has been bodying
I
them.
mean, it's definitely strong. It's a super solid feature, but I don't disagree with Lex in that vying for that position is important as far as best feature of the year. I think also related to not answering the best album question, I'm just not researched enough in this coming year
Yeah.
in more of the mainstream music to actually give a viable answer to that.
I'm gonna dig in the crates.
All right,
This
so y'all
week,
both got
I got some homework.
Y'all both got homework to do.
I got some
I'm the
homework.
local correspondent.
Yeah.
I'll give you local answers.
Yeah.
Even better.
Hey,
The
I got
locals
you
what
better.
you need though.
You
So-
want albums locally? I'll give you that.
All right, so let's switch it up a little bit. I want to talk about something a little bit more life topic-ish, and then I'll end the podcast with my little segment. So about females in the industry. One of the things that I wanted to touch on, and also in kind of in the same room as Instagram with small businesses and people trying to put on themselves and create their own streams of revenue. How do we feel about people who say, hey, you know what, you got to go to college, you got to get a 9 to 5, this is the way to go, versus
You're out of touch.
other people.
Those are probably the people who own the
Versus-
businesses who are trying to make you fucking work for them for 30
This
years.
is a very important question. Versus people who are quote unquote considered dreamers. You know,
I don't
like
think that line
some-
is so defined anymore. I mean, most people understand that it's not even a dreamer thing. It's logical to not go to school anymore because it's literally indentured servitude.
Yeah.
so okay, and then what about working a 9 to 5?
You
and
gotta.
staying somewhere for 30 years
Actually,
and then retiring
hold on.
and your pension.
I saw some shit on Instagram. You know, I see a couple memes and shit. I
How
think
many
next
likes
week.
did it have?
Can you see the likes?
Yeah, I don't know. Let me go see.
You can't see the likes, can you?
No, you can't. Where the fuck is this chick at?
That's the funny thing about that also is you can still click on others and just, if you do a consistent swipe of like how quick, like basically if I swiped down that was about 100, it's really easy to estimate about how much people are getting. Like it's not
Yeah.
totally unavailable
To
information.
be honest with you, it's
I'm just saying it's not like you don't have access to it. It's just not
right.
gonna make you count it. You can still see everybody that liked it. That's my
But who's gonna do all that?
No, but one
Motherfucker
click
wants to
others
invest
and
in
one
you.
swipe. If you
Well,
if
yeah.
you know how quickly you're swiping, I can go. Okay, that was 50 people.
Okay. Well, what is this that you're pulling up?
Let your 9 to 5 help train you and pay your bills. Then go home to work on your dreams. Overtime. Put it to life. Anything is possible.
Sounds like Dame Dash. beyond
Less
bars.
arrogance. Oh.
With less arrogance,
Yeah,
but
boy.
you know that's Dame Dash's like mantra.
Dame Dash is like
Idea sounds like
a
very-
tall, short cup of coffee, boy. Like early, like you gotta be ready for that shit, boy. That man got the energy, but you know he put it down. Imagine hip hop without a Dame Dash. That's a lot of shit
can't-
missing in the game.
I'm a huge. I love
Very,
Dame
very
Dash.
intricate part, man.
A lot of people say he's arrogant, but he's a very intelligent, articulate
Yeah, but that
man.
doesn't change what he's done.
His contribution,
Those
his
aren't
contribution's
mutually
up there.
exclusive ideas.
His contribution is,
I don't
is,
care
is
about his
there with
arrogance.
like
I love
like
it.
a Russell Simmons and a Diddy. Like he is an intricate part. Like you know what I mean?
What-
Of New York
He's
hip hop and hip hop.
straightforward. He's straightforward. He's like,
That's
fam,
what I'm saying.
it's this, and this, and if you don't like it, I agree.
Not everybody can deal with that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
love
That's
it.
that's a hard spoon, hard spill to
I'd
swallow
rather-
with that kind of.
Right, but I'd rather
Personality.
somebody kick it to me straight than be like,
Yeah, of course.
You know,
A lot
that's
of-
just me. I know a lot of people can't.
I guess
know.
it goes back to that whole not motherfuckers not liking you and committing suicide shit. Like niggas can't. Like, oh my god, 3 likes, rope dangling and shit.
Man, the shit that I done been through in life. I mean, you think if someone tells me they don't like me, get up, come on, fam.
But you
But-
ain't hit the heart though.
Oh, get out of here.
But you ain't hit the heart though.
Come on. But anyways, okay, so I wanted to introduce a new segment that I'm going to be touching on every week. And one of the things I believe is that the industry, especially the music industry, is predominantly male dominated. And therefore, I wanted to start highlighting females in the industry that I believe are commendable, be it signed, not signed, new, already kind of somewhat a vet in the game, not really a vet, but just coming up. And just to show love to fellow females in the in the industry, because me being somebody who just entered this industry as a songwriter, I've already had my share of experiences, and so anyways, this week I wanted to show some praise to Summer Walker.
Mm-hmm.
And Summer Walker, yes, she was on my top 5 album list for the year. She just won the Soul Train Award.
Yeah.
And that was another thing that I wanted to touch on, not to get into something negative, but she gave a very short speech. She also went on her Instagram and she basically said that she was actually thinking about not going to the awards because she suffers from social anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
That she didn't anticipate that the fame and the touring and all of these things would be so much pressure. And so she was very nervous. So when she went up to do her acceptance speech, it was very short and to the point,
Yeah,
and she was criticized for it.
short.
But my thing is this: is like a lot of people need to understand that these people, quote unquote celebrities, are still human beings. And if this girl is new to the game, and if you look at all the accolades that she's accomplished in just this year alone, you cannot help but commend what she has raw talent. She makes dope music. Her album was fire. She features with God knows how many people. So what if she's not wanting to be in like the limelight and like the glitz and the glam? Like I understand, but artist development went away a long time ago, and that plays a huge part in that.
But
Because no one knows how to develop an artist in the modern market.
But what is,
And
but
that's
if
the
you could go
problem.
perform several songs already to do your showcase and your shows, how come you can't throw a couple more words on that microphone?
She
in front of
sits
Because that's
down
two
at her
different things
shows.
to do.
Have you
Yeah.
seen her perform?
Nah,
She sits
it's
at her
not
shows.
R&B.
She
State that clear.
No, she's had a couple performances at her shows where she's holding a teddy bear, she's sitting down, she's not really looking, like she's not.
Right?
You can see that she
That's definitely
literally
some
has.
refund shit.
But her music is
Motherfuckers
ill.
gonna be complaining at the show for some
Her
refund.
music is that ill, man. I don't
Nah,
know.
my nigga, you might as well listen to the jukebox at that point. like, if a chick saying with teddy bears and not even engaging this nigga, if that microphone ain't coming, if you ain't doing no K Michelle shit in the audience, some Kids Cole or one of them kind of things, they give you a show, you know, some
I dig
Fantasia. Like
I dig it.
if you're gonna get all this acclaim and you ain't got no presence, then nah, motherfucker, just drop
But-
CDs in the booth.
But
and,
she's
and
still
don't
bodying
come out
the
the
game.
closet.
But she's still bodying the game.
But maybe she'll do that.
Maybe
Like,
eventually.
There's nothing wrong with
You
being
know?
the Frank Ocean or D'Angelo type. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
And Frank Ocean has been bodying the game since.
Yeah, but he does a show. D'Angelo does a show.
there's a difference between doing a show and just going up and talking on a major platform.
No, but she sings. She kills it.
I get
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But You get what I'm
She's
saying?
not Beyonce.
That's the whole thing though. Like when now it becomes something different. Like you can have great music, but now when you're traveling and doing shows, do you have that stage presence?
True.
That is a critical thing
But-
to set you apart. Like
I mean, I don't
Like,
know
you know
how
what I
long
mean?
she's been performing, but realistically, there's a lot that goes into getting to that point.
yeah,
Yeah,
Especially
that's
if
true.
you had a
Like,
New
certain
York
niggas
rise, like if
dominate
you got
the
there
stage.
quick, it's gonna be way harder to get used to it.
Right.
I would be thrown off to be in front of 1,000+ people right
Oh,
now,
of course.
but I still at least have been in front of under 100-ish enough times where I could get my shit together enough to do it,
Yeah.
and then after a few times doing it, I'll be more used to that.
Comfortable, right?
I mean, that's why I ask if you know how long she has been actually performing on and at what level, because it just all factors into that. And realistically, people are fucking interested these days.
stage presence,
Yeah.
nigga, will kill it. The baby.
Oh,
All
oh,
that
he's
shit.
he's on my best.
Absolutely.
OG niggas.
He's on
who
my
kill
best
the
new
stage
artist
shit.
of the year. Sorry,
Busta
even though he may
Rhymes.
not be that new. I mean,
Kills
but he's on the blow up this year.
Oh, definitely.
He
Certain
But
niggas I seen, dog, like they kill a show, they kill an audience, like they,
Yeah, he
they eat
does.
that shit up.
He
But the
is
baby,
a
one of them
tremendous
new
He's
niggas.
amazing.
But the other moves he's making right now, people are losing their shit over him just bringing out the Jabberwockies in the end of that fucking one video.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, the bop shit.
Yeah.
That's the Jabberwockies in it.
Yeah, at the
Yeah.
end, the Jabberwockies come out and everyone loses their mind. Like, oh
Yeah.
shit!
Nah, dog, he's amazing, man.
Nah, he's ill. He's ill.
$1 billion
His
baby
brand is
entertainment.
doing
Yeah, them
incredible.
motherfuckers. What's
And
it?
his content.
For Stunner for Vegas. What's
I
his name?
don't know it specifically.
Yeah, the young nigga. He dope.
What's his name?
Stunner for Vegas or something.
No.
Little young dude on the team, dog. And you got another
Mm.
nigga like they doing something.
I mean, he's making moves. You know what? One of the
And they
things I
look like they
respect about
self-contained too.
one of the things I respect about the baby is even that last record. I don't remember the name of it. It slipped my mind. The record he made about his dad passing away.
Oh, the intro shit.
Yeah, the
yeah, that shit
intro.
hard.
That
That shit
like
nice.
that, like the video, everything he says. Like I don't feel like he's a gimmick. I don't feel
Nah,
like
nigga, that nigga.
I don't
though.
feel like he's fake. I don't feel like any of that. And he's just ill.
If I
like,
had to do a
he's
comparison-
ill. He's nasty.
He's animated like a Ludacris, but with the same content and lyricism, but more street.
More street and a better
So
flow.
I think he is. You know how Ludacris just came and set it off and was like bam and did numbers.
Right.
I think the baby's the same thing, but just more gritty.
Right.
But very animated, very playful, but very serious content driven.
Mhm.
Has a badass team the way Chris came in.
Exactly.
So he is just
And
today's
also just
version
his
of it.
aura of confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, that's the man's potent.
He's
How
funny.
And being as
Interviews,
crazy as, but treating
freestyles.
his fans the way he does is a thing that people miss out a lot. A lot of
Right.
really street dudes don't build as powerful of a cult because they're too,
Street,
cool to
yeah.
be super nice to their fans.
Right.
I mean, he's so confident that he doesn't give a fuck. He cares about his fans, but he's still gonna whoop somebody's ass at a Gucci store.
He's
Check,
still
please.
gonna whoop his ass.
You didn't see it?
Yeah, what happened with
I
that
didn't
shit?
see
How did
that
that shit,
video.
like, I don't know, did homeboy ever get retaliated? Well, obviously not, so.
No. It was amazing. It literally
There was
was
a
one
nigga
of the
from
biggest
around his
spikes
way.
in his brand recognition
Yeah.
the whole year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not even the music did it. A lot of it was just from a dude, like, at the Gucci store, like, taking video of him in the back. Like, here, look, it's the baby. And then he starts, like,
There's some beef from around the
Like,
way
what you
from
gonna do?
there.
What you gonna do? You gonna do
His
nothing.
neighborhood or his area or some shit. That
And the
this
next,
nigga,
the next
A
video
local
you see
nigga.
is from the baby
local
recording.
artist or something.
Him,
Right.
dude on the floor, laid out, giant dread dude, mind you.
Yeah, like nigga, like
laid out
in the
outside the
underwear,
Gucci store.
in the mall, like pants on the
And
ankles
he
kind
was
of shit.
solo.
Wow.
It wasn't a security situation.
That's
it
the
was
thing.
baby.
That's the thing. And that ties back to what I keep, like what I've said a couple times.
It's
like,
kind of risky though.
these people
Yeah,
are.
but
You feel me? But
He's showing us who he is.
yeah, but the other nigga couldn't play that police card. You get what I'm saying? Like it's risky for the baby to, if he did it or not, we don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like just you can't go
'cause
put
he-
hands on
he
niggas
has
when
lots
you got
of
that
those.
kind of money.
It was played perfectly because nothing was shown.
Yeah, exactly.
Only the result.
Yeah.
The first video where he taunts him, and then the resulting video
So
where he's
that
laid out.
that's still the thing. That's just putting you there though. You get what I'm
But
saying?
the
Like
operation
depends.
is so clean.
The law's a crazy motherfucker, dog. You know what I mean? It's about that he say, she say shit video comes out. Niggas want to come and try to sue you and
All right,
put
I'll give
liens
you
and
that,
get
but
money.
he's not putting himself in.
Nah, I seen it. I remember that shit.
potential.
Hey,
Yeah,
we got a guest.
Oh, we got a
It's all right.
guest.
What's up?
My
Hey,
favorite, Kitty.
I told you, man, we bringing celebrities in here.
This is Jackie.
Gotta definitely leave this in the edit
Yo,
for.
yeah, we got a little guest, little king. All right, you kicking us out or what?
Nah.
Nah, but the baby's doing his thing. I look forward to see what he's doing in 2020. He's been on a major come up. And to sum up again, back to Summer Walker, I know. Let me give my props to Summer Walker as my female for the week that has been on the come up. That I would love to see her to continue to shine. Social anxiety or not, she's very talented, and she's a star.
Well, hopefully, you know, she comes out of that because
I hope so too.
you wouldn't want to see her to get out the limelight and just stop recording because of that. Remember what happened to that one dude, Houston?
Yeah, I remember him. I like that.
Motherfucker lost
I like
an
that. Yeah. You remember him? That was probably that was kind of old.
That was showing our age here, but that shit was a jam in the club though.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the nigga couldn't take it and take the pressure or whatever, and like he stabbed his eye out or some shit.
Oh wow.
I don't think she's gonna be that extreme, but you know, still.
It might have been more than the music to start
just stop making music.
Yeah, that's a foundational issue. But still.
Yeah.
They'll come around, man. They're gonna present that bag.
No,
It could be a gimmick, nigga, to get more money, dog. Like, you know what I mean?
Nowadays, you never know.
Motherfuckers be getting the bag, yo. Like, they get that. What? You ain't never hear that shit back in the day? They tried to get Eminem like $6 million to perform. No, it was Prince or some shit, and nigga didn't want to take it. One of them two niggas. They gave him like a bag of $6 million. Like, one of them was like, nah, probably Prince.
Probably Prince.
I can see Prince doing that shit.
Yeah, no, Prince. Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Prince.
worried about money.
Yeah.
Prince was never worried
It was
about
Prince.
that.
Neither of them, though.
Nah, Prince
Prince.
wasn't worried about
They wanted to
that.
give him like a $6 million bag, bro. He's like, nah, like I'm not doing the show. Like,
Nah,
fuck.
Prince wasn't worried about
One
any
show,
of that.
$6 million. Prince back then.
Prince wasn't even work with anybody who didn't own their masters. What's up?
Nothing, just checking up as
I
you're
wonder if
finishing.
Prince would have hooked up with Jay-Z.
Huh?
Probably now if he was still around.
Who?
Prince and Jay-Z.
Prince and Jay-Z? I mean, maybe. But
Could have
Prince,
been like a Prince, Jay-Z, Beyonce collab. Something could have happened.
I would probably see him sooner with Beyonce.
Yeah, but you know Jay-Z had to come in there and get a little 8-12 in there just cause. Jay-Z the kind of nigga like ain't nobody
God.
making deals without the wife, without me involved. You know, he's a low-key, more professional Ike Turner nigga. Just gotta have my hands in it.
Speaking of Jay-Z, in closing, speaking of Jay-Z, since we were speaking about streaming stuff earlier, is it true that he apparently sold his 33% of Tidal?
To who?
I don't know exactly to who, but apparently he bought it for about 50-something million, and then he made 200 million on top of that.
Sweet.
Sweet.
Well, that's the game.
That's that inspiration.
That's the game, yo.
And then
Build a business or sell a business.
build a business and flip that. That's Dame's. That was actually Dame's thing. But you know what, gentlemen? We're gonna go ahead and wrap this episode up. It's been a pleasure. It's been fun. It's been informative.
Likewise.
And we'll be back next week. And shout out to my people in London. I love UK.
Yeah.
Shout out to all my people out here in the 954 and 305. Shout out to all the listeners, the YouTube viewers. And this is your girl, Dry Ivy.
What up? It's Lex, y'all. Hit me up, Holla Rock.
And the kitty cat has stepped out, so no longer can she give a farewell. And Luke, you good?
Tremendous.
All right, man. This is Ivy.
That one liner.
I know. This is Ivy Talks episode number. That would be better. Ivy Talks episode number 9, and we are out.
You. Oh.
Huh?
Fuck it. Oh, no. We're gonna touch on that shit though. So it's coming up. The heavyweight fight. Ortiz and Wilder.
Okay.
So that's gonna be coming up. So hopefully by the time we get back, we talk about that. Put some sports in this shit.
We'll talk about that. All right, y'all. Yay. We gotta take some pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's take one. You don't have to take, or just sitting here.